It's been nearly a year now since this BYD Shark 6 DMO launched here in the Philippines, and it's about time that we cover it once again on the channel. And special thanks to BYD Cars Greenfield for making this land out review possible. And now, having lived with this Shark 6 for a couple of days now, this is probably one of the best pickup trucks that you can buy today. And of course, having a lot of seat time now with this BYD Shark 6 DMO, I was actually first terrified of this vehicle because of the size of it. Just look at it. The Shark 6 is definitely a looker. You have a large grille along too with an array of LED lights, and you have a ground clearance of 230 millimeters and the weighting depth of 700 millimeters. So remember, if you want a full off-road version impressions of this Shark 6, please check out in the links in the description down below. Of course, I was there present too during the launch of this BYD Shark 6, and I was definitely impressed on what this was capable of. And speaking of, this has something special up its sleeve. Unlike its competitors, this BYD Shark 6 comes as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So we have a combined 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine plus a 29.6 kilowatt-hour battery that produces a combined output of 435 horsepower and 615 Newton meters of torque, making this one of the most powerful pickup trucks that you can buy today. And unique too with this setup, this is a front-wheel drive biased pickup truck, which is probably the only one in this segment, making this driving around in the city a little bit easier. Now, down the side profile of this BYD Shark 6, again, it's on par with the largest of its competition, and these are running on 265, 65, and 18-inch tires and wheels respectively. So making this a little bit bigger than usual because of the dimensions of this vehicle. I cannot really get over on how big this vehicle truly is. And two, you get refills up above, and of course, you get to endless customization with this BYD Shark 6. Once we go here, and here at the rear, you get again a full functioning LED light bar, conventional taillights because all of the pickups nowadays are have tall headlights rather, and this is what you can do upgrade here at BYD Greenfield, a roller shutter for the load bed itself. So two, you have a payload capacity of 835 liters. Now, we are once again back here in the interior of this BYD Shark 6. Excuse me, I'll put Abdul here. I don't know why I call him Abdul. A nice thing about this BYD Shark 6, you do have a very large center console box with 12-volt socket along to with a pair of Type A and Type C USB ports and a memory card slot. You can actually fit there a 1.5 liter Coke bottle, which is good. And as I said, Abdul in here, so just stay in there for the moment. And of course, once you start up the vehicle itself, again, very typical BYD design language here in the interior. And two, you get your signature 12.8-inch infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, along too with a very clear 360-degree camera. And there are a lot more safety features with this BYD Shark 6 DMO. And definitely my favorite part of this Shark 6, you do have ventilations for the front passenger seats only, but hey, at least there still is. Then we have another screen here for your digital instrument cluster, and it displays again all of your important information like for the charging rate, the V2L, the fuel economy, so on and so forth. And there's the acceleration meter, so we will not demo that today, but I will give more facts later on. And here in the door card, again, one of the more premium door cards of any pickup truck that I've encountered so far. And take note with this specific BYD Shark 6, you notice there's a lot of carbon fiber everywhere, but I like that. It kind of gives it more of a sportier look compared to the regular plastic one that we encountered during the launch of this vehicle. Nice carbon fiber touch here that surrounds the air conditioning vents, and you get plugs here for your NFC card placement and a 50-watt wireless charging pad. And same goes to here with the steering wheel. Again, there's some carbon fiber elements on it, and then these are all of your buttons. Again, there's a lot for your ADAS controls, and again, adjusting for the instrument cluster itself. Now, unique to this BYD Shark 6, I believe the only one, if I recall only, since I've driven a lot of them by now. So these are driving modes. So we have Eco, Normal, and Sport mode. Once you flick Sport mode, the cluster illuminates to red. Then we go to the terrain mode. We have Sandland, Muddy Land, and then Snowfield. And I'm not sure if you could hear it on camera. The moment I flick the terrain mode, the engine kicked in. So it will have to combine both the power output along with the battery system itself, since you need all of that power, as I said, for the off-road bits. But if I flick it back to Eco and, well, the regular driving modes rather, the engine will automatically turn off itself. And then back here in the middle, you get for your gear shifter and a lot of buttons here, like for example only for your EV, HEV modes, for opening the tailgate, auto holds, hazard button, and a lot, I would say, even for your air conditioning stuff. Grab handles here on either side. The seats here, like with every other BYD, it's a blend of sportiness and comfort at the same time. And boasting of this is really good. And as I demoed too during my off-road impressions of the launch of this vehicle, these seats held me so tight. I had no issues whatsoever. And now it's really cold, so turn you off. And as I said too in my BYD Seal 5 review, I tend to have the infotainment like this because you have your lovely onboard navigation, so you do not have to connect anymore sometimes my Android Auto for navigating around Metro Manila in case. Then we have a glove box with, again, good enough space. Then an extra compartment here just above. And two, up above here, you get a pair of LED lights. Then once you open the sunglasses holder, it presents to you your NFC card. Just kidding. And sun visor, vanity mirror with LED lights on either side. Don't extend, but look, it's already covering my eyes, which is good. And here at the rear of this BYD Shark 6 DMO, again, the space, despite being a pickup top, is really good. And look at that. I mean, yeah, I'm hitting my head here, but it still can stretch forward. Then my headroom, okay, I'm only 5'4", so 6-footers can sit here with ease. And I can somewhat stretch my legs, not all the way forward, but at least you can put it up at least. Then here in the door card, pretty much the same like the ones in front. Again, this particular one has been added with carbon fiber trims. Along here too, in the center, with a pair of air conditioning vents, a cubby space, one of each Type A, Type C USB ports, and a 220-volt outlet, which is a must in all pickup trucks. Then we have here a central armrest with a pair of cup holders with flimsy grips. Well, actually very good grips, rather, to keep everything in check. If you want to go off-road, then you have to think at the same time. Then, of course, standard for a pickup truck, you can hide some stuff here behind the rear seats. Then the seats itself, it's pretty much comfortable throughout. I had no issues with some of my family members and to my car spotting friends here too. And if I sit here in the middle, okay, the cushion here is just slightly softer than either left and right side of the seat, but it's a little bit stiff again because of this central armrest. And few toys here, again, get LED lights on either side along with two map pockets. Weighing at 2,710 kilograms, don't expect this car to be fast. Oh wait. However, you'd be very, very wrong. The 0 to 100 km/h time of this is done in 5.6 seconds. To put it into comparison, that's as fast as the entry-level muscle cars that I've driven, like example, a Chevrolet Camaro Turbo or a Ford Mustang EcoBoost, and much quicker than that of a Mazda MX-5. It's absolutely crazy. However, on a day-to-day basis, the BYD Shark 6 is a very good daily vehicle, despite, as I keep mentioning, the dimensions of this vehicle. The steering feel may be a little bit light than most, but to be honest, it feels almost the same like with the rest of the pickup trucks that I've tried out. So it's literally a no-brainer that if you plan to drive this on a daily basis, as I say, the BYD Shark 6 is perfect. I will also give praise to, despite this being a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, I like the brake feel of this, despite, again, the mass and this having a common thing with new energy vehicles, that the first phase of the braking is actually a regenerative braking system, then it's the brakes afterwards. But having lived with this for almost a week now, it's, I gotta say again, on par with the competition. And I will admit to it's even better than most new energy vehicles that I've driven on the channel. NVH is among one of the best in the segment. As we can see here now, I'm just driving around 40, then 50 kilometers per hour. Majority of the time, the engine is off, but it's only active once you're just below 30% of battery. But the rest, again, it's really good. Not much wind noise despite two driving on the highway. And remember, this is powered by a four-cylinder engine. But I would say though, it's like an opposite of the best pickup truck that I've driven. Make no mistake, this BYD Shark 6 is still among one of the best out there. It's just literally up to your preference if you just want a conventional pickup truck or a new energy pickup vehicle. And remember, this is one of the pioneers here in this segment. Again, because there are some manufacturers now trying to catch up, and we keep seeing more new energy vehicle pickup trucks more recently, but still, I would say this is still one of the best out there. And one disadvantage now, this now being a pickup truck, yeah, the turning circle of this is literally ginormous. You can literally almost do 4 lanes of this for one turning circle. But hey, again, I have some experience with pickup trucks in general. It's not too bad, I gotta say. And going back to the NVH itself, driving this around in the city or whereas in the highway, again, a very nice, quiet, smooth cabin, I gotta say. And probably too dangerously comfortable for some people because, yeah, it is that good. And at 2,298,000 pesos, this is literally one of the best bang for the buck value pickup trucks that I've tested out so far. You got the performance, you got the space, literally you got everything that you need in a very, very large pickup truck. Again, I'd like to thank everyone here at BYD Cars Greenfield. So if you want to check out more about this vehicle, especially with the off-road stuff, I will link it in the description down below. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more BYD reviews coming right up. Bye-bye.